Hello everyone, this is Shubham Chaudhary and I welcome you again in the next video of our YouTube channel. This is the video, this is the problem which came on 11th of February and we are discussing this LeetCode hard problem, cherry pickup 2. Here they have given a rows cross columns matrix grid representing a field of cherries where grid of ij represents the number of cherries that you can collect from the ij cell, and we have two robots that can collect the cherries for us. So robot 1 is located at the top left corner 0, 0, and robot 2 is located at the top right corner 0, calls minus 1. And we need to return the maximum number of cherries collection using both robots by following the rules below. So the rules are: from a cell ij, robots can move to a cell I plus 1, j minus 1, I plus 1, j, and I plus 1, j plus 1. And second rule is, when any robot passes through a cell, it picks up all cherries and the cell becomes an empty cell. And then when both robots stay in the same cell, only one takes the cherries. The next rule is, both robots can move outside of the grid at any moment. And the last rule is, both robots should reach the bottom row in grid. So this is the first example. So there are two robots and they can iterate below right and below left, and they can collect the cherries collection. So in the first example, here they have provided this 2D matrix and we need to return 24 because path of robot 1 and 2 are described in color blue and green. So this will be the path of robot 1 for first time 3, 2, then 5, then 2, and the robot 2 path is 1, then 5, 5, and then 1. So cherries taken by robot 1 are 3, 2, 5, 2 equals to 12, and cherries taken by robot 2 are 1, 5, 5, 1, which is equals to 2. So total number of cherries equals to 24. So we need to return 24 here. Again, here robot 1 is robot 2, there these are present in the corners of top row, and they will iterate like this. The green path is for robot 1 and the blue path is for robot 2. So here path 1 and 2, then cherries taken by robot 1 are 1952, which equals to 17, and cherries taken by robot 2 are 11. So the total of cherries equals to 28. So how to solve this type of problem? Let's discuss the approach. So we need to initialize a 3D dynamic programming array. Here it is the problem of dynamic programming, DP array. So we will create the DP array, 3D DP array, to store maximum cherries picked at each cell pair for each row. Now we will iterate through each row of the grid. Then for each cell pair of j, k, in the current row, we will consider all the possible previous cell pairs nj, nk from the previous row that could lead to the current cell pair. After that, we will update dp of ijk by considering the maximum cherries picked from the previous row and adding cherries from the current row. So lastly, we will track the maximum cherries picked among all cell pairs as the answer. So here we will track the maximum cherries and we will repeat these steps 2 to 5 for each row. We will iterate these 2 to 5 points for each row, and after that we will return the maximum cherries picked and answer. So let's code for the solution. First of all, we will create the size variables. Here int m equals to grid dot size, number of rows, and n equals to grid of 0 dot size, which is number of columns. Now we will initialize a 3D vector of vector of int dp of size m, comma vector of int of size n, comma vector int and of size n with value -1. For each 3D vector, we initialize -1. I think there is a problem. M is a vector. M vector, okay. This should not be there. So vector of int n, comma vector of int n, comma -1. Now this is fine. Next we will initialize. We will update the value of dp of 0, 0 and n-1 with grid of 0, 0 plus grid of 0 and -1, 0 and n-1. After that we will initialize answer and declare it 0 value. Now we will iterate through some for loops. Here we will initialize, we will implement a for loop from I equals to 1 to I less than n and I plus plus. Inside that we will initialize a nested for loop int equals to j equals to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Again we will implement a nested for loop for int k equals to j plus 1, k less than n plus plus k. Then again we will create a for loop for int x equals to -1, x less than equal to 1 and plus plus x. And at last we will create we will use a for loop for into y equals to -1, y less than equal to 1 and plus plus 1. Increment this, and inside this we will use some statements. For example, int nj equals to j plus x. We will store j plus x inside nj. Then nk, we will store k plus y inside nk, and we will check if condition nj greater than equal to 0 and nj less than n and nk greater than equal to 0 and nk less than n. Now what we will do here, we will call previous equals to dp of I minus 1 comma n comma nk, and again we will check if condition. If nj greater than 0, then int previous equals to nk, and again we will check if condition. If previous not equals to -1, then do this. This is the main formula. dp of I j k equals to maximum of dp of I j k comma previous plus grid of I j plus. Now we will do some conditional rendering here. J, if j not equals to k, question mark. If it is true, then we will do grid of I comma k, else we will pass 0. So we will pass 0. Grid of I comma k and 0. So that's it. And after this for 2 for loops, we will do what? If answer less than dp of I j k, answer equals to dp of I j k, and at last here we will return answer. So let's check for the solution. Okay, we need to return answer here. Runtime error. I think there is some syntax error here. So there was a mistake. We need to update this condition for nk greater than equal to 0. For nk equals to 0, this will also true. And here there was a syntax error. We will access nj in the solution. So for int prev dp of I minus 1, then nj and then nk. Let's run this solution again. Yeah, the test cases ran successfully. Check for the hidden test cases. Yeah, the solution ran successfully. Here we can see that we are using so much for loops, nested for loops. So the time complexity here will be big O of m into n square, where n is the columns and m is the rows. So overall time complexity will be big O of m into n square, and the space complexity will be m into n square for using 3D vector. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And stay tuned for upcoming LeetCode problem of the day videos and exciting non-stack web development projects. Thank you.